Hey, welcome to this video. In this video we will talk about CSRF vulnerability and how you can find it on your own after watching this video. At bug bounty platforms, get your first bounty maybe with this CSRF vuln. I spent like 50 hours or something like that doing the labs, understanding the vulnerability by itself. So I will share my experience, what I know, and at the end we will do the labs. After I tell you a little bit about, like, as you can see, we have lab thing here. Do not count on this, think about it. I will explain every single step here. And after that, we'll do labs together. It's gonna be like interactive class. We will do every single lab on the PortSwigger labs. And I'm pretty sure after watching this video and doing the labs by yourself, you can easily go out there and find CSRF vulnerabilities. So it's gonna be a different kind of video. Let me know what you think. It's gonna be a minimal edits, ideally zero. I want to make it sincere and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, to be honest, and I will share everything I know without doing a lot of cool edits, all the kind of stuff. It's gonna be a sincere one-on-one, like one-on-one lesson or something like that, like one-on-one coaching kind of video. It's gonna be very sincere, and I will show you what I know, and you can ask any questions you want in the comments below. Let me know if you liked it. If so, we will do SSRF or like a lot of access control bugs, a lot of things like that. So yeah, let me size this up real quick. I hope it's cool. So we will start with talking about the CSRF, what it is, and I don't want to find, like, let's get this first, okay? This image, as you can see, is gonna be a pretty good one to understand CSRF, which is, let me take my pen here, and it is CSRF. A beautiful writing, I know. Client-side request forgery, what it is. So at the browsers, when you go to google.com or when you log in to a new website, what happens is you first, at the first request, let me go here. At the first request we send to the server, right? When we log in, what happens is you give your password and username to the server. And the server gives you a cookie, a beautiful cookie. And with that, from that point, from every single request that you sent to the server, every single one you send out with the cookie. And with that cookie, server gets it and checks who this cookie belongs to, sees your username and says, okay, this is user Ilovnik, for example, and it will say like you're authorized to do this or not. For example, let's think of an API with is like, let's say, change password. So at this endpoint, you send an HTTP request to it to change password. And how the server understand that this is a user Ilovnik, this is you, because there are, let's say, 100,000 users on this server. How the server understand that this is you, and it will change your password, not another user's password. It understands from the cookie that it gave you. If the cookie belongs to user 1, it will change the password of the user 1. So it just goes down to how HTTP requests are not doing any authentication, not three-way handshake or something like that. Because in HTTP requests, we will analyze it in like real quick. There is like get or post request, or put like get, like you have a bunch of headers and you have cookie header, but there is no authentication here. at every single request, you have to send your cookie to server to understand that this is you. On the other hand, it won't understand. It is the like weakness of HTTP like protocol. I hope it will get fixed soon, like MCP or something like that. We can talk about it in the future, but right now we're not using it. We are using HTTP 2.0, but a lot of server uses HTTP 1.1. But yeah, that's the point of it. Like, if this is done, if you understand this, so what we are doing here is attacker. What happens if attacker creates an HTML, a page, which contains code of saying user 1, user 1, go to change password and change the password with 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you are a victim, right, you are a victim and you are user 1. When you come to this new attacker website, attacker.com, you redirect it to the server, which is, let's say, facebook.com, let's say fb.com. So what happens here is you came here and this redirected you to facebook.com. If your browser adds your cookies, cookie number 1, cookie of user 1, what facebook.com will see is, I see a request is coming from this user. It doesn't see this. Like, it sees with a lot of protections, refer headers, but we are not at it right now at that level. At the basic level, if there is no protection, this facebook.com only sees, okay, user is coming from cookie 1. So what it want me to do, it wants to change password to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's hidden on the website. So this is what happens if you click to a website and you get hacked. It is like one point of it, and it is the most common one. It's the CSRF. There is a CSRF vulnerability in the facebook.com. When you go and visit to attacker.com, like when you get an email or something like that, it's phishing email, and when you click to it, you get redirected to your facebook.com or a website like that, and your password is changed, and you don't even realize what happened. An attacker logins to your account easily, and it is account takeover. So I hope it is understandable. Basically, what happens is there is attacker. Let's put bone here, right? Like, it doesn't look like a bone, but yeah, you understand my point. It is malicious website. Victim comes here, and this redirects the victim to the server, and the server thinks this is the victim, and it sends out and like, dude, what it like change password of this user, and it is goes and change done. This is basically what is CSRF. I hope you understand it. So let's go and get started with the labs. Yes, so it is PortSwigger lab. You can go right now, just go here, right? It is portswigger.net. Go there, log in and open an account, go to all content, all labs, and from there click the CSRF, and we will do every single lab here. So if you pause the video and done that, let's get started with the labs. So what's going on here is, it is basically a lab. CSRF one with no defenses. We will see this on action. So this lab's email change functionality is vulnerable to CSRF. You will add the I showed you with how to do it with change password feature, but at here we will show it with change email functionality. To solve the lab, we will craft an HTML that uses CSRF attack to change the viewer's email address and upload it to exploit server. So there is an exploit server attacker page we talked about. Let me show you again. What we are going to do is there is a vuln in change email. I know my writing is too good, right? And we will craft our payload here at the attacker.com, our exploit page, HTML. And what's going to do is when victim clicks to link and comes to our website, we will redirect it to and send a request to the server, and then we will change email of that user, whoever clicks to that link. If that victim is logged in and authenticated in the server, if the victim has the cookie of the server, we can change his email. So yeah, you click access lab and we will get started doing that. So for the proxy, I use Kaido. You can use Burp Community Edition for free, and then it's gonna be like, let me delete all the requests here. And if you don't know how to use it, just Google it, Kaido, how to use it, or Burp Suite, and then configure it by yourself. And also, let me add cookie editor extension as well on the Chrome, right? So if you don't have it, add it. I will show you how we change the cookies and same side, all the good stuff. We will get into that. But right now we have no defenses, and I set access lab, and right now, as you can see here, we have Kaido proxy setup, and when I refresh the page, as you can see, we get the requests here, and yeah, you can see it. So what it said is change email vulnerability, and it gives you our password, username and password here. We go to my account and winner here. Let me save that up, and yeah, let's see. Brother. Yes. So what happens when we click update email functionality? It changed the email, right? And when we go here, the change email functionality. So it's a post request, as you can see, HTTP 1.1. In the post request, there is a payload in the body, which is email. It puts here and it changes the email to whatever value we want it to be. So there is a cookie, as we talked about, session. This is our session, the cookie. That's why it understands we are winner, and it changes the email of the winner. So if we like Control R, if we send it to replay here, so whatever I put 1 here for 1 alone, I get we are like, let's change this. When we change it, this email value is like 1 Ilonek at ask.com. When we send that request, as you can see, it has changed to the value what we wanted. So what we want to do here is make the victim send this request. But how we can do that? Like, there is an exploit server here. I will give you the code here, but first I want to write it on with my hands, the HTML code. I can make mistakes, but I want you to do this at least 10 times, 15 times to get familiar with HTML, JavaScript if you don't know it. So what we are going to do is we are going to start with form attribute. We will send a form to, like, make it send a post request, we use form. And we will see action, say action meaning we want it to go this URL, which is if we can right click and copy the URL, it is the action. Okay, action point we want it to be. And then what else? As I can remember, we gotta put the name of the CSRF form, because we will submit that form later. CSRF form. Okay, form is done. And in the form, we want to add input name equal to, what was it equal to? As you can see, it's here, email, right? Email, and the value, we say value equal to, let's say ast@rub.com. We put it there and we close the form attribute, not attribute, form tag here. And then we have to submit. We have to put script tag. It is like basic JavaScript, HTML, and we got document get element by ID. And then what was the ID? CSRF form, as you can see from here. So as you can understand, it just gets the ID and submits it. It should work. We will try it by ourselves. So we will click, we will exploit. What happens if, as you can see, there is an email here, but I think, let's say we haven't, yes, we went to exploit server and we didn't put submit. We have to submit it. As you can see, there is a value here, right? But we haven't submitted yet. So there is a mistake number one. Submit. Document that get element by ID, submit. If we weave the exploit, bro, I made a mistake here. For example, that's why I'm not going to edit this stuff. Everybody can make mistakes. Document that, not, there is document dot get element by ID CSRF form, yes. It's gotta be it. Let me see. No. Bro. What is a mistake? Document dot get element. Let me see. I took my notes here, so let's check it. Document dot get element by ID dot submit. I believe script tag here is correct, right? Script. And this is how you debug your payload here. Like document dot get element by ID is correct. We open CSRF form that submit, and yeah, it's correct. What happened? Like, I know we haven't put hidden here, but do we have to put hidden here? Let's try it. Input type equal to hidden. Name, email, value. That's what we did. And yeah, let's see. We went to here, and it didn't send the request. There is something wrong here. What's wrong here, dude? Input type, action, form. Okay, action equals to here. Okay, we haven't put method equals to post. That's what we forget. Post. Okay, but I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, that's not the issue. ID, not the name, bro. It's freaking ID here. Okay, that was the mistake. It's not the name at the form tag. We have to put the value ID, CSRF form, and then we submit it here. So let's see what's happening here. When we click view exploit, as you can see, our email is changed. So let's put a bunch of ones here and see. You will see our email is changed to 111@sf.com. So what happens is, if we change this and send this to the victim, deliver exploit to the victim, you will see we solved the lab. What happened here? Let me show you the request. What happened? So when the victim goes to exploit here, our exploit as you can see, form action, the payload we crafted. Victim goes to change email and send this request on his own, and we will able to change the victim's email address. That was it, and we solved this lab. And let's go to the second one, which is, let's access the lab. CSRF where token validation depends on the request method. What was the request method? This is the request method. It was post. So what it says is CSRF where token validation depends. There will be a CSRF token here, and it will do the validation on the post method, but it will not do the validation of the get method or the vice versa. With that, if we just change the request method, we can bypass it without sending the token. We will get to it. Like, let me see. We go to our account, we repeater, we log in, and let's see if we just what happens. We change the email. Let's see what's going on here. Let's delete all this and check the request. Change email. So here, as you can see, it sends request to post and change email. Let's send it to repeater, replay. Change email endpoint with our session. This is our cookie with the email parameter, and as you can see, there is another thing added, which is CSRF. This is generated by the browser to identify which user sends it, and it's, for example, like if we send this, it's successfully changed the email. But if we just delete this CSRF token, it will give invalid CSRF token. With that, browser checks, the server checks the application if the session and the CSRF values are linked. If not, it will not accept the request. With that, it just fixes the problem of CSRF, this vulnerability. So as you can remember what we did here, if we just come here, what we did, change email functionality, we just crafted our payload here, and the victim came here, and what we did is we just added our email payload here, right? Email, nothing else. Like here you can see. Like let me tell you about this. What we did here is pretty simple. Like form tag, we opened it, CSRF form, and we put email value only, attackers.evil.com. This is what we did, and we submit it. But if we send this request again, victim comes to our server, it will send this request, and which is going to be this. There won't be any CSRF value. And when the victim sends this, the server will not accept it because there is no CSRF value. And we cannot put CSRF value here since we don't know what it is. Let me fix here. Yeah, we don't know what it is because it is unique to each user or each browser, something like that. We, as an attacker, we cannot make the victim to go and change his email address since we don't know this value. This is how it fixed. But there is a bypass here. How? As you can see, it is a post request. What happens if we change, if right click and toggle get post, we change request to get. It just puts the payload on the URL, and we just send. As you can see, it's accepted. What happens if we don't send any CSRF value? Again, it accepts it because it only checks this CSRF token at the post request. Let's say it is 111@sdf.com. Let's see if the email is going to be changed. Yes. So now we have to create a payload to victim to go there and go to our URL. Let's just copy it. as you can see, there is no payload here, so we don't have to use form attribute here. So what I do here is I use 302 redirect, and with that we have to specify the location, which is going to be this. And with this, first I want you to see what's going on here. When we click view exploit, as you can see, our email is changed. So what happened is a request. Let us check it. HTTP history. Brother, it's too big. Yes. It sends this email, put it here, and it added the cookies as well. We will come to that because it was same site none, but we will talk about it. It put it the email here, right? Pretty simple, and sends it, and it worked. So what we are going to do is we have to change it because we have used this email address. Click store and deliver exploit to the victim, and voila, we fixed this. We solved this lab as well, right? We should do this as a, oh, I think I've gotta close this. 1 second. Hey. Okay, so I just grabbed a coffee and we can continue. Where we left here is CSRF. Let's open the lab first. CSRF, where token validation depends on token being present. So what it is if CSRF value is gonna be in the request, it will check if it is correct. But if we delete the CSRF token completely, the parameter and everything, I'm assuming it will not check it. Let's see. We go to winner repeater, right? We put up.com. We go here and see, send this to the repeater. And here we have the request. So what happens here is it works, but what happens if I just delete one value from here? It checks if it is correct. But what happens if I delete CSRF value completely, and which is what we said? It checks if the CSRF value is here, but if not, it's not doing any validation. So if we go to our exploit server, I'm just going to not write it with my hand here, right? To not bore you anymore. I'll just copy this, paste it here. I just explained this in the previous one. If you want what it is, you can just go ahead and just watch that again. We will get our lab ID here, change it, and which is method gonna be post, and hidden email value is attackersevil.com. It will submit the value by itself. So if you want, I can just click view exploit. So what's going to happen is our email is going to change the attackers, something like that. And if you want to see the request here, HTTP history, the change email value, let's check. It just sends attackersevil.com, the same thing happens. It browser adds our session. We got to change this, store it, and deliver exploit to the victim and see it is solved. Right. Guys, if you don't understand any part of this, just comment below, right? Let's go the fourth one, which is what it is. CSRF, where token is not tied to user session. It gave us 2 users to see. So I pretty much understand this. We will log into this user, that will be a session cookie, and the CSRF value will be tied to another cookie, which is not user session cookie. So like, let's see, let's not talk about it, but check it. If we go to winner repeater, right, if we send a request to change our email, get this, send to the repeater, and here, as we can see, what's happening here is, brother, Not tied to user session. What is tied to? Okay. This is the CSRF value. It sends it. Okay. And let's go and log in to the second account to see what's going on here. It was Carlos and Montoya. Yes. Save it. Put this value, brother. Update email. Let's see at HTTP history. What's going on here? I send it to the repeater. So is it Carlos account and CSRF value here, and we got CSRF value here. So what we understand from here, the session is of course different and their CSRF values are different. But what I want to see here is, if we send this, it's a invalid request CSRF because it uses it just one time. I have an idea, and I'll tell you that what the idea is. So there is user 1, right? User 1 goes to the application to change email address. What happens is it gets CSRF, what the hell, CSRF token from the server, and the server checks if CSRF value is valid. But what we understand from the title is CSRF where the token is not tied to user session. What we assume here is the CSRF value will be set to the user 1, right? And if user 1 is not sending, so let's start again. User 1 goes to the server, and server gives the user 1 the CSRF value, and user 1 sends this CSRF value to change his email. So what happens is, this is user 1. If user 1 stops the request and after getting this CSRF token doesn't send this request to change his email, if he gets the CSRF token from the server and it gives to user 2, and user 2 sends a request to change email with user 1's CSRF token. You understand what is going on here. So server checks if CSRF token is valid or even used. It just allows it to use it a single time, because we just, like, as you can see, it's invalid. We have used it and we cannot use it second time. It's not valid. It just redirects us to login page because we just logged out as a winner. That's why it's not success. I was shocked as well at the beginning. So we will test this first, right? How are we gonna test this? I'll log in as a winner, and then I will start the request and I will get my CSRF token as a winner. And then I won't send a request to the server to change my email, because if I do that, my token gonna be expired. What I'm gonna do is I will take the token and I will put the token to change the email of the user 2, which is Carlos. So let's do it, and I will explain that. I know it's kind of complicated, but let's log out. Not log out, but I don't want to log out. Okay, instead of logging out, what's going to happen is what I told you about the allow all sites. As a cookie, you can install this extension as well. What we said about the cookies, the server understand who we are from our cookie. If I delete this cookie, the session, if I just refresh the page, I just logged out from my account. Why I did that? Because as you can see here, as a winner's request, we cannot send a request to change our email because we are logged out. And what happens if we are logged out, the application kills our session. But right now it didn't kill. Well, how do I know? Send this request again. As you can see, it is invalid CSRF token. This session belonged to Carlos, but we didn't logged out as a Carlos. We just deleted our session. That's why we are logged out from the browser, but it didn't kill our session. I'm gonna use this, like, let's name this Carlos, because I'm gonna use Carlos session to see if we get a CSRF from the winner, and if we put winner's CSRF token here, we will see if we can change Carlos email to 123, right? We're gonna check that. So let's log in as a winner. So I'm gonna put some value here, and let's go here and intercept the request. Not WebSocket, just request. I will say update email. So let's see. First, here you can see it gave us CSRF value here. I'm gonna copy this CSRF value and I'm gonna drop this request because I don't want it to go there, and like, yeah, let's not use it. I don't want to change winner's email address. I don't want to use that. CSRF token, I just already copied it. I will come to the Carlos account, and I will change this CSRF value with the winner's CSRF value. If I send it, as you can see, it is success. To confirm it, if the email is changed to 123 to Carlos account, basically we don't have to log in again. Like, if just we get the session here, copy it, and we change this session here with the Carlos session, saved it. Oh, what happened here? Go to my accounts. Yes, you can see we are in the Carlos account and it is 123. We changed the email address. I hope everything is making sense up until this point. So I'm sure you understand the attack point, where what we are going to do is, as a winner or Carlos, doesn't matter, we will go to the server and get a CSRF value, but we are not going to use it. Bro, I cannot write freaking CSRF. We are going to get this value and we will put this in our payload at attacker.com. So when victim comes here with his own cookies, we are going to put our CSRF value, right? CSRF value in the request it sends out here, and server will accept it and it will change his email address. Why it's working? Because why CSRF token is there? It is because attacker cannot guess it. It is a complicated value. Attacker cannot put it in the request's body. It is a payload. But what happens here is attacker can get CSRF values as many as he wants to, as soon as he doesn't use it. It will get it, it will not use it, it will put in the payload, and it will change the victim's email address. So if you go to exploit server, so first things first, let's put something here to change a CSRF value. Come to intercept, update the email, and get this value, right? Copy this, drop the request, stop intercepting, and then, yeah. We came to exploit server. To not forget it, I will put the CSRF value here, and as a body, as you can remember, I will get this value here, put it here. We have to change the domain. And yes, we have to add another thing, which is what? You tell me. Which is another input. Why? What we are doing for the past 10 minutes, we're trying to get CSRF value so we can put it in the the body here. So input type hidden, name is CSRF, and the value is, I put it here, and Control X, Control V. We got it. We're gonna submit it. If you want, you can click View Exploit, but I don't want to get this CSRF value again. I'm just gonna deliver exploit to the victim, and it is solved. I hope everything is making sense right now. Yeah, bro, I just want to make a stream and like read the chat while I'm doing this and speak my coffee. It would be great if I do that. It's great. I just solved these labs like 3 times, dude. So do not get discouraged, or like I'm already making mistakes, and I did these labs 3-4 times, and I'm finding CSRF vulnerabilities for the past 3 years. I'm doing pen testing. I haven't got any bug bounties with this because we will get into that. There's a lot of protections, like from, for example, like there's this another domain, right, exploit at exploitserver.net. What happens is victims comes to our website here. With his cookies, it is redirected to here. But this is not true with the modern browsers, which is because there is something called cookies same site. You can see here is show advanced. Cookie is same site none, which is saying send this cookie to every single, like there is no restrictions. If we put lags here, it will only checks the same URI, and if you put strict, it will only checks the same domain and nothing else. So if that was same site lags or strict, it wouldn't work. We have to find another gadget on the website, and we are coming to that. So I don't want to bore you with this at the moment. So let's go to CSRF where token is tied to non-session cookie. And token is not tied to user session. That's what we did. And the bro, is it freaking correct? Let me just refresh it and to see which ones we solved it. Yes, we are here. Non-session cookie. CSRF, again, it gave us 2 users because token is tied to non-session cookie. So there will be another value in the cookie. We'll see. Let's clean this repeater, right? Let's come here. Go to my account, go to Wiener Peter, and change the email. And let's see what's going on with the request. Send repeater. Yes, there is CSRF key here. It took me like 1 hour, 2 hours to solve this lab. I'm glad I know it right now. So guys, what's going on here is, like, if we send this request, right, it just changes our email. But what happens if I just delete one character from here? It just invalidates CSRF token. What happens if I just delete one value from here, which says is invalid CSRF token? It is working perfectly. It just seems good, but it is not. We can bypass this as well. How? What should come to your mind is there is 2 values: CSRF value, CSRF key value in the cookie, and the CSRF parameter in the payload. So what happens if the Carlos puts his own session cookie here, but Wiener CSRF key with CSRF value? So I'm wondering if the server checks this CSRF against the CSRF key, or it checks the CSRF value against this session. What it should do, like in the ideal scenario, CSRF key, session, and the CSRF value, all three should be tied to each other to make the request unique. But if only these two are connected, linked to each other, what we can do is, again, as we know CSRF key and the CSRF value, we can put in the values in the request in our body. With that, we can easily make victim to go to send this request. So enough talking. Let me show it to you. I'm not gonna log out and just put winner here, winner, the name, and I'm gonna just delete this and CSRF, just both, every cookie here. Refresh the page. We are logged out. Go to Carlos page and change the Carlos's email address to see what's going on. And Carlos, send to the repeater. Here, this is the freaking Carlos. So, as you can see, it is a different CSRF key value and a different CSRF. So, what happens is it works, but what I want to try is I want to put winner's CSRF key value here. It won't work because these two aren't matching. If I put winner's CSRF value, what's gonna happen is it's working. So if I just put a bunch of ones here to see if it's actually working, and as you can see, it's working. With that, we are getting another issue, which is we have to add a cookie. And no browser will give you the permission to add cookies unless you find another vulnerability on the website. How we can do that? I already know the gadget, which is, let me show you. If we go to home, right, you will go to like every single feature here, but if I put Elonate here, what will happen? Let's see. Let's see the request, what's going on. Search Elonate. Here, let's put it on repeater as well. If I send Elonate, there is last search term Elonate. As you can see, it is reflected here. So what happens if I put Elonate, and remember what we are trying to do. We are trying to set cookie as a CSRF key. We want to change it to our value as a winner's value. Winner, let's say he's attacker. So if I just say Elonate, okay, I just last search term Elonate, I closed it, and I have to go to the next line, which is how we can do is like it was this, as I can remember, to start a new line. Like new line is this, but this 2R is required to start a new line with another, starting a new header basically. So if I just go here and say set cookie, put something like here, let's see, set cookie, and let's see what's going on. It didn't work. I assume it's because it is not URL encoded. So if you just right click it on here and say convert and URL encode it, it didn't work because why? Because it didn't URL encode the value by itself, so it was like this %0D %0A. I believe it was this. Yes, %0D %0A. If we put it, as you can see, a set cookie came as a new line. What again? Remember what we are trying to do is add CSRF key as a new as a new cookie. So set cookie. Let's put plus here, and CSRF key equals to, let's see, asdf as the first thing. As you can see, asdf is added here, and we've changed the CSRF value. To check this, just copy the URL, put it here, right? Let's check our CSRF key is changed. As you can see, it's changed to asdf. So we can set the victims cookies, but also we want to do another thing, which is back at the session. As you can see, if we click show advanced, it is same site none, which is meaning we can send it to like same site none. Let's say yes, this is the computer lacks none. None is going to here. Strict goes only here to here. No. None is not secure. Yeah. Whatever. Where were we? So we also have to add same site none. Why? Because we will send it the victim from our page to attacker.com to the main domain. It will not work if it is, let's see, like we set the CSRF key token here, right? Asked if you're wondering what it is. It is same site not set, and the default is lax in the browsers. It's not strict or none, but lax meaning it's gotta be the same URI. As you can see, the URI is not same here, so it will not send it. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you what we said. We have CSRF key here, right? So if I just craft a payload here, the same payload, and just change the user, the domain, what do you think is going to happen? If we click weave exploit, it will get invalid CSRF token. Why is that? If you go to HTTP history, brothers, change email. Here, as you can see, it didn't add as a session CSRF key. The token is not added. Why? The session is added automatically. We didn't put anything here. There is no session here, as you can see. It just put it automatically because session cookie is same site none. But since CSRF key is same site lax, which is default because we didn't mention what it is, we left it empty. That's why it is lax, so it is not sending it. So we have to set it to, let me see, we have to set it to same site none. So we put here as same site, let's put plus here, and same site equals to none. What happens if we send it? As you can see, CSRF key equals to this. I'm not sure. Yes, same site none. Yes, it's working. So if we just copy this URL, put here, check this out, and check the cookie, CSRF key, asdf, and show advanced. It is same site none, which meaning it will send it. Let's check it out. Click weave exploit. Again, invalid CSRF token, but let's analyze the request. At this time, as you can see, CSRF key, the session cookie is added to the request. Why? It's pretty simple, because we changed the same site none. So from here, we have a search function at the first function here. it adds cookie, CSRF key cookie if you lost what's happening here. So what we're trying to do is we can use winner's CSRF key and the CSRF values to the Carlos account with Carlos session cookie. But we had a problem with changing this CSRF key since we cannot craft a payload in the HTML page adding CSRF key cookie. So we had to find another gadget and a website to add CSRF key value, and we'll find it at the search function. Because this function it adds cookies, it's reflecting input here. We found a vulnerability here. If we just put here, it just adds CSRF key, and we did it going to the next line. It is %0D, %0A, set cookie. We could do it easily with this. So what we have to do is, since we know our CSRF value, if we just set victims CSRF cookie with our CSRF cookie, like this. And after that, if we just send a post request and create another input value, which with this, so we can change the victim's email address. Not pretty simple, but let me show you how it works. First, we have to make victim to go to this address, this URL, and after that, we want victim to submit this form. Let's go to exploit server, and as you can see, how we are going to do is, I'm going to show you. We're going to add image tag, and we are going to set source, and source is going to be here. I'm going to copy URL, it is search function. We will set the cookies at first. We will set the cookies, and since this is an image, it will give error, and on error we are gonna make it what we are gonna make it submit the document.element. That's what we are gonna do. On error, we are gonna make it submit the form we gave about here. Let me show you what's going on. If I click view exploit here, it said invalid CSRF token. Why? If you can answer it, you understood what's happening here, because we forget to add the CSRF value here. Like, let's see the request. Change email. It is bad request because it put the CSRF key at the cookie, but it haven't put here at the parameter at the payload. So we have to add this as well, because it's checking if these two are matching. And input time, the name was CSRF, I believe, and the value was what it is. What was the value? Go to winner's value, and get his CSRF here. And value we put here, store, and click. Like, remember the email is just put bunch of A's here just to make sure we change the email address. We will exploit, and it changed the email. If we see the first, after we're going to our exploit server, first it goes to the search parameter, and as you can see, it just set out the CSRF key, and after that it sends a request to change email with the right payload with the cookies. That's pretty simple. Not pretty simple, but it worked, right? So that's the email, because this email address is taken. Let's store this and deliver exploit to the victim. Congrats, it's done. Oh my god, it is hour long video, bro. How long it's gonna be? 2 hours? I don't know. Like, if I'm allowed to upload 1 hour video on YouTube, I'm not sure. If I can, I will just upload it in one take. If not, I'm gonna do part 1, part 2, so you can watch it with this. Yeah, let's close it up and go to the next one, which is what it is. CSRF where token is duplicated in cookie. double submit CSRF is gonna be, let me show you first, right? What's happening here is, let me show you. Winner Peter, login, and just clean up here. Go to HTTP history. Let's change the email address. Go here, send to the repeater. We can see CSRF value is both here and here. So what happens is, if I just delete one character here, it will say invalid. But if I delete one more character here, it says okay. So I just can't make it fake. What happens if I can make both fake and it is accepting it? We are gonna do the freaking same thing, right? Remember what it is. CSRF is a cookie, so we have to add a cookie. As you remember, it was here. If I put Elona here, it changes the, let's see, Elona. Again, same vulnerability. Just send it to the repeater. And what was it? Elona. And we have to what was it? %0D, %0A to the next line, and set cookie, and cookie name is CSRF, and equal to this value. Not this value, we can make it whatever we want. Fake. Yeah, let's see how it goes. CSRF fake, yeah, we said it, but we forget something, which is, yes, you're right, same site equals to none. CSRF fake, same site none. This is the URL. Again, the same thing. Leave it here, go to exploit server, and let's get our form. Do not forget to change the domain with this. And what was we are doing? Image. We have to first make the victim to go to this URL to get the our CSRF value. It will get the CSRF value, which is going to be fake, and it will give an error because it's an image tag. There is no real image there. And on error, what we wanted to do is submit the form, which is document.getElement by ID. It is this. Yes. Store. And we forget again the CSRF value on the payload, on the body, CSRF. And the value was gotta be the same thing, right? It is only checking if the both values are the same. First, let's put a bunch of A's here to make sure it's working. We will exploit. It said invalid CSRF token. Why? I don't know. Let's check it. That's why I'm not doing any edits. Like I truly don't know why it didn't work. I was assuming it is gonna work. That's why I do with one take and no edits. And let's see, we go to exploit, it sets the CSRF value to the fake, same site equals to none, and change email, brother, as you can see, CSRF is not set to the fake, set to fake. Why? CSRF was fake, and there is no this value, like double quote, what it is, I don't know, semicolon. We forgot to do that. And where is it? Change email, like the URL, CSRF fake. Yes. This is why. Let's see, we've exploit image. Yes, it is changed, as you can see, a bunch of A's here. You want to see the request? It's here. As you can see, CSRF value is changed. It was a semicolon. Mistakes can happen, but you have to understand, like if you know how it works, this CSRF is, like your understanding is CSRF cookie and CSRF payload has the same, but why it's not working? The payload is set invalid CSRF. Why? One of them should be wrong. Like, if you know the system, the CSRF, instead of just copy pasting this payload here and there, you won't understand what's going on. Maybe you will get some like bugs, you will find it, but you won't understand, and you will not get the satisfaction from it. Like, if you know how this works, how the cookies work, how HTTP requests are working, it's just not a magic anymore. You can see what's going on here, and I love the most about this, about like offensive security. It is all technical. You can see, I can feel it almost. I'm playing on my hand here. Like, it is, I'm just trying to break some machine here. I know how it works. Yeah, enough talking. Like, they just send this to the deliver exploit to the victim. Enough talking, and we solved it. Yes, sir. Let's go to the duplicate cookie, and we have method override, which comes with, like, I already know what it is, which comes with experience. There is, I'll show you. First, let's clean this up, HTTP history, and wait it. Make sure you like the video, bro. My account, and subscribe. Winner, let's change the email to see what's going on. Yes. What? There is no CSRF token here. But if we check the cookie, session cookie, it is same site. It's not same site, none. What it means is, if we craft a payload here, it won't work. Don't believe me? Let's do it. Don't believe me before you see with your eyes. And put it here. Let me show you. If we click view exploit here. What? It changed the email address. How? I don't know, dude. It was same site lags bypass. Just deliver this to the victim. It shouldn't work. Yes, it's not working. But how it worked here? What? How? Yeah, it's working on our end. There's something wrong here. Maybe because it is like, yeah, I can see it. Why? Because, no, I don't see it. I'm assuming it is from like this Go exploit server. It is in the same iframe. Maybe there are links, but it's not same URI. Yeah, I don't know why it's working. It shouldn't work. But yeah, we cannot pass the lab with that, so it's not working. But view exploit is working. Not sure why it's working. When we click, like, let me check. When I click view exploit, and what happened? I logged out. Let's go to exploit server, and let's change it with a bunch of twos here. Store view exploit. Yes, it changed. Let's see the request. Yeah, it put the session. There's two sessions, and it put both here. And this is same site, not same site. And this is also same site, not same site. It is lax. Interesting. Whatever. We're trying to solve that, which is we have method override. So just send this request to the repeater, and let's see what's going on here. Brother, there is two sessions. Do not see this, okay? Bro, okay, it's not gonna work because, like, assume that I don't know why it worked, but it shouldn't have worked because it adds, as you can see at this request, it's adding our session cookies in the request, but these session cookies are same site lags. It shouldn't add it because it's coming from exploit.com, like here. Sorry, it's almost finished. It's making a lot of, like, it's coming from this. It shouldn't add the cookies, but it's adding. Never mind this. When we send delivery to the victim, it's not working because victim's cookies are not added to here. So what we are going to do is, again, the method override is basically, if I do get here, just change this requested get, send it. Method is not allowed here, but session cookie might be added with this. So there is a parameter what we can add here is, which is method, but there's this character which is underscore or whatever it is, method equals to post. When we say this, as you can see, it is found. So it is method override. What's going on here is, if we send the user to this link, let me copy this, copy URL, and bro, just freaking delete this. Should we delete? Yeah, delete this. Change email. If we just send this, it's we are making victim to send get request, and we are overriding the bypass is get method was not allowed, underscore method equals to post, which is going to make him send a get request to change his email address. So what do you think is going to happen? We have to, like, redirect the user, right? Let's see, 302, and redirect, which is location here to this URL, but changing the, adding bunch of ones at the beginning, body, it doesn't matter. If we click view exploit, like, do not forget there's a bunch of ones here. If we click view exploit, it changes our email address. And if you want to see the request here, as you can see, it is get request, but we are doing method override with underscore method post, and it's also adding session cookies. Also, it was adding at the post request, but it shouldn't have. So let's see if I change these email address more, store it, and deliver exploit to the victim. It is solved. Right, never mind, is the lab. It shouldn't add the cookies at the first request, so we shouldn't solve the lab. But at the second request, we solved it. As you can understand, it is from underscore method. We override it because we couldn't send a request without it, because get request is not allowed here. Method not allowed. But again, remember, look at the lab name. Same site lags, bypass via method override. So cookie was same site lags, so it shouldn't add the cookie because it is lags. But it's the post method, but in the get method, the developer is not checking that. So we change the request to the get, but it said method not allowed. So we add underscore method to override the method. So we could send a get request with overriding the method, and with that we could make the browser the add is session cookie to the get request. I know it's complicated. Just comment below if you don't understand it. So I will give you a good comment to explaining you what's going on here. So yeah. All right, let's go to the next lab. Which one was it? CSRF. Yes. Client side redirect. In the meantime, let's clear this repeater. What's saying? vulnerable to CSRF, winner Peter. So what it is, what's going on from the name, I might be wrong, but as we said, same site, the cookies, when a victim comes here, right? Victim come here, and this, from this attacker page, it is redirected to the server with his cookies. If the cookies are same site, none. But if the cookies are same site lax or strict, it won't add the cookies. So victim, it will redirect to the website, the server, but it will not add the cookies. So server will not understand who are you, will say, and it will redirect it to login. So we couldn't change his password or email, what we want to do. So with this, what we can find here is to bypass this. If we cannot find any vulnerabilities in the CSRF token, if we can find any redirects in this server. So if we redirect ourselves from here to, like, victim will go here to specific comment section, something like that, some URL, and it will redirect it into attacker page. No, not attacker page. So the first victim will be redirected to, like, we will go here, and at this server it will send it to, let's say it is at the comments, and the comments it will redirect it to change email. So what will happen is when we send the user to change the comments here, the URL, it will add the cookies, because it will add the cookies. Session cookie, sorry. Victim will come here, the comments, and from here it will redirect it to here, to change email. And this server will check where it's coming from. It's coming from the comments, the same URL, so it will add the cookies because it is redirected from the same URI, because same site cookie is going to be probably lax. Let's see. I'm sorry, maybe I confused you a bit, but I'm going to show you. So when we change the email, what's going to, like, first of all, let's check the session cookie, show advanced, and it is same site strict. We cannot send this. Go to exploit server. I'm sure with the same site strict, this time it's not going to work. Put here and change the domain. Here, store view exploit, and it will say what it logged out. Yes. Brother, because I logged in. That's freaking why. Go to freaking exploit server. Yes. Yes. So when we click view exploit, we are getting logged out. What's happening here is there's the same thing that the previous lab. That was my mistake. When attacker goes to exploit, it is going to my account, change email, but it's not adding the cookie, as you can see. So it is getting redirected to login page. So if we send the victim to this page, right, it will not change the email. It will redirect it to login, because this session cookie, not here, session cookie, it got logged out. Because session cookie, we got 2 cookies now, 2 sessions. It is strict. It's not sending. So we cannot use CSRF here unless we find some client-side redirect. So it was, again, it took me like 3 hours to find this. But yeah, let me show you. And .com. Should we put HTTPS? Yes. Let's see. Post comment. And from here, yes, from here, as you can see, we get redirected to here. So it was here, right? And what? It was this URL, confirmation, right? If I just copy this URL, go here, yes, this page, and there is resource.js comment confirmation redirect.js. What it does is, if you click the JS file, it is redirect, it taking the blog path, it's setting const URL, which is window.location, it's getting post ID, and it putting post ID after blog path. So what it is, let me show you again. If I just put here, if I change post ID to Elonek, what do you think is going to happen? Let's see it together. It went to the post Elonek. Path traversal. Can you think what's going to happen if we put this? Again, remember, it was going post / Elonek. So if we send this and put Elonek here, where it will be get redirected to? It will get redirected to the main Elonek. So it's the path traversal is working. So there is client-side redirect. And what else? We have to find another thing. It's not gonna work because with this, only with the post request, we cannot make it send a request. Brother, I'm sorry. But we said update email, okay. We have to change the request type to get request, because what we found is we can redirect the user to whatever URL we want it to. And we want it to send to specific URL to change the email address, but it's not going to work with the post request because post request has his payload in the body. What's going to happen is, let me show you. We can change email with this request, but what happens if we change it to get request? Well, get request, as you can see, the payloads are in the URL. If I send it like this, put bunch of ones here to pro get request is not forbidden. So if get request was forbidden here, we couldn't find any CSRF, but luckily it's the lab. It's not forbidden, so we can use it. So what happens? Let's put a bunch of ones here. And what was the URL? Do you remember? I should have sent it to the confirmation here. Yeah, I should send it to repeater. If I send this, it's going to Elonek. So, but we want it to go to my account, change email to this address. So if I just copy this and put it right here, where do you think it will go? It will change the email to 222. Like, let's check it out. Copy the URL. Let's go to this URL, post comment confirmation, post ID. It will go back post traversal, path traversal, my account, change email, and it will change the email. Let's see if it's going to work. We are going to get redirected and missing parameter submit. Why is that? Let's see it. We get redirected to email, even though we put submit here. I'm assuming it's because this value. If I just put here and I will URL encode this, it was like %26 as I remember. Convert URL encode, yes, 26. Instead of this value, I put %26 and I will get redirected to here, and I changed my email. It worked. Why? Because I'm getting redirected from the same domain, so it adding the cookies. So what we are going to do is, remember, I think, yes, I lost it. Never mind. Let's send this to the repeater, and instead of just URL encode this and copy the URL, and at the exploit server, what we want to do is just redirect to the user to this location. So when the victim visits this doesn't matter. When the victim visits here, we redirect it to the redirection page, which has path traversal, my account, change email, and we'll put the values here. Just change the email because we already use this email, and it will submit it. Let's deliver exploit to the victim. Let's see, it is not so. Yeah, it is solved. I got scared for a moment. Yeah, I was ready to debug it, but yeah, we fixed it. To quick recap, what happened here is we found, brother, I'm messing this up. We found vulnerability of redirection at the same domain. So this confirmation after sending a comment, it's redirecting it to the post. But we found a vulnerability where we can send the user to whichever path we want to use with path traversal. So what we do is we just got back with bunch of this dot slash, and then when we are at the main domain, we go to like my account, change email, and email parameters here. Why it worked? Because the change email function, when victim sends change email function, it accepts both post and get. Only if it was accepting post, we couldn't add the parameters at the URL because it's a post request. So if it was saying method not allowed, it wouldn't work, but it worked because it has two vulns, which is client redirection, and also it is accepting both get and post, but also it didn't have any CSRF tokens as well. It's the lab, it's about learning, so you can go ahead and in the bug bounty try to find these vulnerabilities. I'm sure you can find it. It's not that common anymore. A lot of fixes, as you can see, same site, but also there's SOPs, same origin policies. We will get into that maybe in the course. But yeah, client side redirect and sibling domain. It is, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know this. It is VS. We are gonna do lax bypass via quickie refresh. You can go ahead and do this on your own because it is like send message, post message request, something like that. WebSockets. I don't know this. Don't know that topic. Okay, we are here. Cookie refresh. Same site lax. Again, the same. We cannot send the user from our exploit page to the change his email address without finding another gadget, and it is saying cookie refresh here. So again, it took me a lot to find this, but as you can see, it is redirecting us to social media. And was it winner Peter? Yes. Let's put winner Peter. Also save this. Continue. Let's go to exploit server. But before that, let's change the email address to see what's going on here. Let's go and check this out. Send it to the repeater, and it is changing email. There is no CSRF token or anything like that. We can change the email address with this request, but the problem is the session is, as you can see, is not set, which is meaning lax. and lax meaning the same URI. So at the exploit server, what happens? If we put our regular payload here, it will not add the session. It will redirect the victim to the login page because it will not add the session cookie. So what we can do instead? What? We have to bypass the same site lax by cookie refresh. What is cookie refresh is? Let me show you. Why I'm wasting a lot of time here is, I'm gonna tell you what it is in a minute, but let's change the domain here. Store it. Email is attackersevil.com. And if we go here and check the login request, what happened here is auth request basically. When we click my account, it redirected us to social login because we didn't have any like valid credentials first. After that, we log in. It redirects us to our callback here, and then we are logged in. We change our email address. So here there is a vulnerability if we send the user to store view exploit. As you can see, we are redirected to social login first. So the payload didn't work. We couldn't change the email unless, let's send it to repeater, continue my account, and now it's not changed because it was, I believe, evil.com. Yes, because it redirected us to social login. So what we need to do is, but also you can test it out, but I'm not testing because I will solve the lab if I test it. Social login is required only if you're not active in the website for like 2 minutes or something like that. So if you click, oh, let me show you. If I just view exploit again, as you can see, my email is changed. Why I not get redirected to social login? Because I was active in the last 2 minutes. So if you just go to exploit server, right, you click the deliver exploit. This exploit is the simplest one to the victim. It won't work because it will redirect the victim to social login. But since the victim is active now, if you again click deliver exploit to the victim with 2 clicks, it will work. But to increase the impact and availability of this bug, of this vulnerability, I want to send the victim to first social login to get a new cookie, and after that I want to send the victim to this address with the post request. Let me show you what I mean. The first, with the image tag, you like it. CR source is equals to, I send it to the repeater here. If I just copy the URL, and what was we are doing on error, we will send the form. We were gonna submit it. Just delete this. It's done. Store, and let's put one here. Store it. View exploit. Let's see what's going on. No, it didn't work. Why? So exploit, we are send request to social login. We got a new session cookie here. But with this change email, it didn't add the new session cookie. Why? It added here. You know why? Because we have to wait a little bit before sending it. Let me show you why. Image source on error is sending this submit request immediately. So let me just what should I do? Just copy this. Okay, copy this, just first go to image source here, and then I wanna define a set timeout function, and this is how you do it. Here, comma, I think it was something like that, like let's put 3000 to wait 3000 milliseconds, which is 3 seconds. If I click we will exploit, am I waiting? No, it's not working because what? I haven't put this in between the script tag. Let's do it. Script tags, we will exploit, waiting. After 3 seconds we should be redirected, but we are not. Let me see here. Exploit, we already got social login, but we didn't submit the request because set timeout. We made a mistake here. What is the mistake? Is it the mistake? No. I should have put semicolon here. We will exploit 1, 2, 3. Again, not working. Let's put semicolon here as well. We will exploit 1, 2, 3. Again, not working. Why? In the script tag, set timeout, social login. Let me see if it is giving any error here. What's missing? After uncaught syntax, missing this. Set timeout, submit. What is missing, dude? Let me see here. Image tag, set timeout, CSRF form, submit. Okay, there is no semicolon. Let's fix it together. That's why I took my notes here. There is no semicolon here, right? There is no semicolon here. 5000, 3000, doesn't matter. It shouldn't be the space. Set timeout, we opened it. Document.get element by ID. CSRF form, submit, 5000. Yeah, it should work. Shouldn't it? It should work. Let's view the exploit. 1, 2, 3. No. Again. What is not defined? Set timeout. Bro, it is Timot. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Is it correct now? Yes. We will exploit 1, 2, 3, and did it work? Social login, brother. It again redirect us to the social login once again. So exploit page, we went to the social login. We wanted to take the cookie, the new cookie, and only after that with the my account change email. Yeah, it again redirect us to social login because it didn't put the new cookie here. But it should have, why? Because with this cookie refresh, it was putting the cookie. Auth callback. Why? I'm not sure. Huh? Is it why? Session. Same site none. Auth client ID. Yeah. If you go to my account, brother, go to this exploit server. Okay, we spent a lot of time on this. Let's say store. Let's put bunch of ones here. Right, store it. You got the point. Deliver exploit to the victim. Wait, it's taking 3 seconds to go there. But we made a mistake here, right? We made a mistake. So if I click deliver exploit to the victim, since it's active now, it is sold. But there is one more thing. Yeah, let's get to the next lab. It was here. So CSRF, where referrer validation depends on header being present. It is basically, if we just delete the referrer header, it will not check it, basically. So what is referrer header is, let me show you. Referrer header is basically telling you where the request is coming from. So if we change the email, this request, send to repeater, we can change the email to whatever value we want, but this referrer value, if we change it, right, I edit is S, is the invalid referrer header. It's checking it where this request is coming from. It is coming from this address. If I just delete all this, it will again accept it, but if I just change the referrer header from another URL, it's not gonna work. But from the title, what we understand is if we just delete the referrer header completely, then again it accepts this, because if there is no referrer header, it doesn't validate it. So what we can do is go to exploit server, get our regular payload here, copy the URL, and at the top, if I send this, right, let's see together what's going to happen. We have exploit invalid referrer header. Let's analyze the request. It sent the referrer header exploit here, exploit server, but it is invalid. It doesn't allow it. But how we are going to fix this? Let me show you. There is a tag which is we will add here meta equal, what was it, name equals to referrer, and what else, we should have put it in the quotes, and the value or content, it was content, as I believe, equals to no referrer, something like that. We will see. Let's view the exploit. Yes, let's see the request. There is no referrer header here. It changed the email address. Let's go to exploit server, change this email value, store it, and deliver exploit to the victim. Voila, we solved the lab. Pretty simple, right? So at your bug bounty program, go ahead and check where is your CSRF token. If not, is it checking from referrer header? Change referrer, delete it completely, and try this payload. It might work. And the last one, what it is, with broken referrer validation. What was it? Let's see together. I don't remember. broken validation. We will play with the referrer header basically. Let's go to my account, login win repeater, change the email address, and let's go here, send it to repeater. Okay, the referrer header, if I just delete all of this, is accepting it. What if I delete HTTPS? Again, it's accepting it. If I delete one more value, it is invalid. If I add like Elone here, it's accepting it. If I add Elone at the beginning, it will accept it. So what it means is it's checking the referrer header, but it's only checking if it is present here. If it's present, we can put anything we want. So I want you to think this with me. If we put this exploit server, and if it is our path here, it will add it to referrer, right? And since this value is present in the referrer, the server will accept it, even though it's coming from our server. And as I think the session cookies are gotta be same site none, because these are not real life situations, bro. Same site none. It doesn't. The session cookie same site none. It doesn't happen anything like that in the real life. So as you understand from here is we'll use the same payload here, right? Because it's the cookie is same site none, it will work. It will send the cookie, but it will, like, let's see, view exploit invalid referrer header because it is. Oh, why is that? We put here. Let's see. It should have worked. Let's see the request. Let's check the referrer. As you can see, referrer is our domain. It didn't include the path. This is again browser's default behavior. To fix that, we have to add another value in the body, which is again meta name equals to referrer, and what else? What was the other one? Content equals to not safe, unsafe URL or something like that. Let's check this. Store it and view the exploit. It worked. Why? Let's check the request. Look at the referrer, man. Like, look at the path. It is a domain of PortSwigger lab. So if we go here, change the email, store it, and deliver exploit to the victim, it worked. I hope you understood it. Let's go to CSRF. Yes, except from one, we solved everything. I wanted to solve this, but I don't really know WebSockets, but I will work on it. Maybe we will make a video about cross-site scripting, course, CSRF, like OS command injection, all this stuff here, right? Let me know which one of the topics you want to see in the comments. So which one is getting the most likes, I can make a video about it. I will work again like 30-40 hours, learn these labs, understand the vulnerability, so I can explain it what I know to you. And that was about it, bro. I have a headache right now. It is like 2-hour video, and I just, as you can see, I just got like 2 or 3 breaks, and in the breaks I just grabbed a coffee here, and that was about it. Nothing else. I just grabbed a coffee and kept shooting the video. I have a headache, but we did it. So if you wanna do this video, if you wanna learn CSRF, just pause the video, do the lab, and learn from what I do here. Yeah. yeah, that was it. If you have any questions, just comment below and let me know what you want to see. I will do videos like this on this channel as well. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'll see you at another video, either with my bug bounty journey videos or training videos like this, or we can go on a stream, on YouTube stream. We can try to solve CTFs together, maybe. Or, like, you gotta tell me what you want to see on this channel. I want to read the chat here, what you think, because it is all lonely and alone here. Yeah, with this we will get better together and we will crush it with the bug bounties, red teaming, pen testing jobs, or getting better with this, getting OCP, whatever it might be, because I'm in love with this job. Yeah, that's about it. Enough talking, and I'll see you at the another video. Peace out.